Good afternoon, my darling. I am all dressed up. I am ready to go. You might be wondering where. Well, I'm about to tell you because I am looking very dressed up for just a casual Tuesday evening. Like, this is not just any casual Tuesday. I booked about 3 months ago tickets to see Fran Lebowitz, who is a journalist, a writer, a novelist, columnist, and a public spokesperson. She discusses politics and social issues, and I discovered that she was coming to the UK on tour to talk about various things. I don't even care what she's talking about, I just care that I'll be in the same room while she talks. That's going to be a special experience. So Fran Lebowitz, in case you don't know her, this is her book that she released recently. It's basically a re-release of 2 books joined together, 2 of her best works. And I'll be going to see her tonight. I haven't read her book. I am planning on doing that. I actually bought it with the intention of reading it before the event. I pre-ordered it, and as soon as it came out, Amazon delivered it to my door. I have not got around to reading it because it's only been with me for a month and it's been a busy month, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, I've listened to her speak so much. I discovered her through the Netflix documentary that Martin Scorsese did, and now I'm actually stressed that I'll make her wait because I'm running late. I can feel that I'll be running late. Oh my god. So let me just show you the outfit, but I'm everywhere. My mind's just reeling. Anyway, I discovered her through her Netflix documentary. I've watched anything and everything I could find with her speaking on the internet, and now I'll be listening to her speak in person. I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect. 0 expectations. I'm just excited to go and happy and elated. I'm basically bouncing up and down. I've been bouncing up and down for 3 months. That's where I'm at. Let's go through accessories and outfit, and then we can go. I'll try and film a little bit as well, but I'll be going there to enjoy myself. So I just, you know, when you're about to just do something that you're really excited about and you've been anticipating for a long while, that's where I'm at. Anyway, accessories. My earrings are quite simple. They're these studs from H. Samuels. It's a jeweller's in the UK if you're watching from abroad. The pearls are from Kyoto Pearls. I have a ring that is just, it's not a precious ring, it's just one of these cheaper ones that looks quite fancy from some obscure website. This ring, however, is from Gemondo. I have matched my manicure to my lipstick, or vice versa, because I knew I'd be wearing red today. The watch is from, I don't know, Secondo? Oh, it's upside down actually. Anyway, it's a great watch. It's very inexpensive but looks really stylish, so love that. For bag, I'm wearing black all round. This is from Cassandra. This suit is a vintage suit that my mum actually got tailor-made for her, and then I tailored it to me later on, many years later. This vest top is from Marks and Spencer's. Let me flip you around so you can see. We have no shoes because it's a no shoes house. That's my yoga mat, if you can see that there. And this is the outfit. I feel like maybe some light would do us good. There we go. We're all black, but I thought quite serious, because it's a serious evening and it's going to be very exciting, so I thought, you know what, we'll go all sleek. Last but not least, if it gets a little bit chilly, I'll be wearing this coat over the top. This is from Jaeger, from decades ago, basically. You can't find it anymore, but it is a lovely coat. And for shoes, we will have to decide in a second. However, this is the look and this is the evening, so I'm happy that I'll be bringing you with me, and then I can't wait to tell you my thoughts at the end of the night. I'm so excited, so happy. Let's skedoodle.
We had this huge queue. I mean, you know how Brits like to queue, but this was astonishing. People queued for hours and hours and hours to see the Queen Lane stay. So from your perspective, on the other side of the pond, what were your thoughts?
Well, you know, we did have that little war with you.
Yeah, a little one.
Which was about not having a king or a queen. I like Queen Elizabeth. I mean, I never heard anyone say they don't like Queen Elizabeth.
No.
You know, I mean, I like Queen Elizabeth. When I was here last time, I was in July. In fact, I was here July 4th. And I don't remember that date, but I do. And someone said, Fran loves Queen Elizabeth. She keeps asking how she is. And I said, I'm asking how she is. She was ill.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I know this sounds horrible, but I was afraid she would die while I was here. And I thought, if she dies while I'm here, they're going to shut everything down, right? Including the theaters. And also, they're going to shut London down, and I won't be able to leave. I'll have to stay here, and I also will not be able to work, I won't be able to leave, and it will be the fault of Queen Elizabeth, who I always liked before. Obviously.
Yeah, but that's where we get back to AI, don't we? I mean, do we need to do long division now in our
The
brain
thing is
piece of
that
paper?
we don't know if this is real. In other words, like I don't know if it does math for you, you know, which I guess it can do math for you.
Yeah.
How would you, if you're really bad at math like me, I wouldn't know if it was right. That's the problem. You have to know it's right.
That is the truth.
You know, the reason that it was, you know, radicalizing, truthfully, although I was not aware of it at the time, was the draft. You know, it wasn't that we were, it turns out, funnily enough, that we weren't just filled with moral fervor. I mean, it was a terrible war, it was a long war, no question. But, you know, they didn't draft girls, and you were allowed to call them girls. I still call girls girls, I know you're not allowed to. I saw in the paper here that a woman, you're probably not allowed to say woman, but a woman who was a teacher at a girls' school, I think it was actually called a girls' school, was fired for saying, good morning, girls. So, this is the kind of minutia that I think we should move on from, but, but everyone was drafted. And it was really a rebellion against the draft. It never occurred to me that the way to stop this is to disarm the shooters. Okay? In every American airport, there's signs about guns. In every single airport. And I was saying to people, and the signs are different according to what state, which is like, you can't put your bullets here, put your bullets here, don't take the gun on the plane, the gun has to be checked, you have to take the bullets out of the gun before you put the gun in the suit. And I say, you know, outside the United States, there's no signs about guns, because people don't have them. Okay, here's where a gun should be. Nowhere. You don't need a gun. And these people always say, I have a right to defend myself. And I always think, you have a right to defend yourself. But who's after you? You're no one. You live in the middle of nowhere. You have nothing to fear from anyone. No one ever heard of you. So I don't remember what you asked me, but here's my answer. I really hate it. I love doing this right now. I'm having a very enjoyable time. I love doing this. I hate getting there. I hate traveling. I hate staying in hotels. I don't know what day today. It's Tuesday. Okay. On Friday night, I left New York. I went to Dublin. I got to Dublin Saturday morning. I did a day in Dublin Saturday night. The next day, I went to Glasgow. The next day, I went to Newcastle. The next day, I'm here. It's not relaxing. It's very tiring, and I'm old. So I was standing in front of my building where I live, where I pay for, and I have a bunch of luggage, and I'm waiting for a car, and a woman who was in my building, it's 5 in the morning, a woman in my building comes in from the gym. In from the gym at 5 in the morning. She's a banker. Comes in from the gym, and she sees luggage, she goes, oh, Franny, you want a vacation? I said, what? I said, you see me standing in front of the building with the luggage at 5 in the morning? I'm going to make money. When you see me coming back, I'm going to spend it here. Okay? Here. Because New York is so expensive that you have to just work until you're 100,000 years old. People, lots of times kids say to me, I'd like to move to Europe, but I can't afford it. What should I do? I just say, just come. No one can afford it. It's totally unaffordable. To me, it's amazing to me that I've lived in New York for 50 years and I've lived inside. This is a shocking thing to me. So I think on your vacation, you should do what you want to do. What I want to do on my vacation is lie on my sofa and read. That's what I want to do. Women in my mother's generation worshipped Jackie Kennedy. And my mother kept saying, see how Jackie Kennedy's acting? That's how you have to act. You see how she's acting? Perfectly? That's how you're supposed to act. She's acting perfectly. You should act perfectly like Jackie Kennedy. Like, even at that age I was, like 12, I really knew I didn't know assassinated. You're not checking.
Now that I'm back, I think I can finally speak to you coherently because I was just a manic mess, I think. I just was so overwhelmed and slightly stressed because I didn't want to end up arriving late, because how awful is it when you walk in and the entire room just looks at you instead of at the actors on stage or at the spokesperson or whatever. It's always very terrible. So I was trying to avoid that, which is why I was in a rush, but I was also so excited because well, actually, I'm sure you can imagine what it's like to anticipate something for a really long time and then have it finally arrive and then you're not just quite sure how to process it. And that was me. Like, I had no idea what to expect. Today I listened to a podcast that she had recorded 2 months ago because I wanted to hear some of her more current discourse, and spending the day with her like that on the podcast, because it was quite a long episode, I think it was about 2 hours, it just increase the anticipation because you have no idea what to expect, and I didn't know what the show was going to be like. So I inserted some footage. I tried to respectfully record just a little bit, just so you could kind of get a flavour and an idea of what was happening. And the structure of it was about 20 minutes where she kind of opened the discussion with someone else. She invited a journalist from London. I didn't know the lady, but anyway, that doesn't matter. And so they opened up together. The lady was asking her these questions and they spoke mostly about current politics, which was fine, but I didn't feel like she was that well prepared, the presenter. I don't know, she kind of seemed like she was giving the questions off the cuff, and you can always tell when the presenter's just bumbling, like they don't know where they're heading with their question, they're just sort of gauging. Oops, sorry, that wasn't my phone. Okay, that's off, I promise, so no more interruption. Anyway, and so that was the first 20 minutes, and the whole thing ran for an hour 35, and it was due to be 90 minutes anyway, so I think we got an extra 5 minutes while she answered the last question. And then once the lady that was like co-hosting or whatever, her introduction sort of warm up, once she left, Fran came towards the stand and she took questions from the audience for the next like hour and 15, and so we got to ask questions, and I thought that people might be nervous to ask, so I was like, you know what, I want to be her first question because I want to make sure that my question gets answered. I knew I'd be nervous, so I actually wrote it down beforehand and I put it in my bag. And where's the question? Okay, I can't find it. Did I leave it? I might have left it. Okay, I think I might have dropped it or something. Okay, never mind. The question that I asked her was, what is one thing that humanity should start doing and one thing that humanity should stop doing to make the world a better place for everyone? And she gave a very long answer to that, and the essence of it was that there really isn't one thing that can help all humanity, but the one thing that people should stop doing is start being mean to the right people. Like, because people are mean to everyone and sometimes it's unsolicited and there's a lot of hate and negativity, so we should all just channel that towards the people that really deserve it. Possibly people who are not looking after the countries we live in or our environments or social issues, and even people we know ourselves in our real life, people who don't deserve our kindness, who are mean to us, and we should probably serve them some tough love and meanness right back, which kind of, it made all of us laugh. There were some really interesting questions, a lot of, like, a wide variety. Some were about politics, others were just general questions and opinions, and that's always fun. And I was speaking to a friend last night because I was so excited about going, and we were kind of brainstorming questions, and something that they would have liked to ask her would be, has she ever invented a word, or does she believe that there's a word that doesn't exist that should, or maybe a word that really needs to be in the dictionary? So later I did put my hand up again. I wasn't chosen twice because there were other people as well, but I thought, you know what, I want to ask my question, and then if I get another chance, I'll ask on behalf of my friend, so I can then text them the reply. And funnily enough, after the show, Fran did a book signing, and I actually brought my own copy just in case there would be one. And I had pre-ordered this, I showed you this before I left, off of Amazon, so I knew it was coming out in paperback, and I wanted it in paperback because I thought, why have the hardback, because it takes up a lot of space. And they were actually selling this before the show and after, so you could buy it. But I had my own copy because I wanted the paperback a month in advance before the show, and that's when it was going to be released. So I ordered it, it arrived, I didn't read it, but I took it with me, and she did do a signing, and it was very sweet. She wrote your name, so she wrote to Julia, she drew a face that's supposed to be her face, and she wrote your pal, Fran Lebowitz. So here it is. And that's what that looks like, and that is not very much of a self-portrait. I don't think she's an artist, of course. She's a writer. That's her though. That's what she actually looks like. A lot more pleasant than the smiley face, or the sad face actually. I think it's a sad, angry face. I don't know what that's all about, and I was very glad because I would have had to buy another copy had I not brought this with me. It would have been completely worth it. But I'm glad I brought my own, and so that was a happy ending. I'm also really glad I went. I bought 2 tickets months ago, and I didn't know who I was going to go with, but I thought, you know what, I love Fran as a thespian and as a writer, and I really admire her work, and I want to share this experience with someone I really love. So immediately, of course, I thought of my mum. I have some very dear friends, but I immediately just thought of her, and I thought, you know what, my second ticket I would love to share with her. She had never heard of Fran, and so I recommended a few podcasts to listen to, and we listened to them together, and tonight she really had a good time and really enjoyed it, and she was laughing along, and we had like a few brief moments of exchange where we were like, oh yeah, I completely agree with this. So it was all really, really good. A really great atmosphere. I really enjoyed the setup, and I was really impressed that it was all off the cuff for Fran. She just sort of gave you her straight opinion, whatever question you asked. She did recount some of the opinions that she had on the podcast, but that's fine because those are her opinions, and of course they're never going to really change from day to day. You kind of add to them, but they are never just a polar opposite. So there were no huge surprises, but she did talk about her childhood, which I enjoyed and I liked, and she did give us insight into her life as well, which was very nice. So yeah, it was a really good night, and I'm really glad I went, and I'm glad I could have shared this experience with you. I hope you enjoyed coming with me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next vlog. Have a good evening.